We've spent the last few decades building a planetary nervous system. Through millions of sensors, satellites, and climate models, we can map the Earth's vital signs and watch ecological decline happen in real time. But knowing about a problem doesn't fix it. Our current response relies on highly centralized, extractive power grids. When systemic disruptions hit, like severe weather or fuel shortages, these brittle networks fail, leaving us paralyzed exactly when we need the capacity to act. To bridge this gap, we must build regenerative infrastructure, physical, lived test beds that translate planetary data into localized action. If we want to stabilize the climate, the solution cannot remain in the server room. We have to prototype a new way for humans to inhabit the Earth. The primary prototype is the Restoration Ecovillage. We place these high-tech settlements in degraded bioregions, like drained wetlands, to act as a catalyst for recovery. The infrastructure is purpose-built for repair. AI-informed wetland hubs manage the water, while localized solar microgrids and aggressive water reuse systems minimize the village's footprint. These settlements function like biological organs. They integrate blue carbon wetlands into their design to filter and purify water like natural kidneys, while regenerative agroforestry acts as a digestive system, cycling nutrients back into the soil to grow food. For those who prefer a mobile lifestyle, there is the Restoration Caravan. These modular convoys bring skilled crews and heavy tools directly to vulnerable sites, where the AI models have identified an urgent need for intervention, like a collapsing riverbank. The crews execute the project alongside locals, then move on, but they leave behind the sensors and structural capacity needed for the local population to monitor the site's health independently. This creates a deployable network of skilled repair crews who can strengthen a bioregion's capacity for self-regulation. The governing rule of this model is simple. Global AI proposes, the local community disposes. Global AI acts as an advisor, running multi-objective optimizations, calculating water flow, soil carbon, and diversity to suggest restoration strategies. But AI is not a ruler. Local assemblies use indigenous knowledge to override plans, manually reshaping terrain for their specific needs. This ensures the final design remains in human hands, preventing mathematical efficiency from overriding local culture. By keeping the algorithms in an advisory role, communities retain their agency. The machine processes the overwhelming complexity, but the human beings living in that ecosystem hold the authority to act. To physically build these systems, these communities rely on a production model known as Cosmo-localism. It follows a simple rule: design global, manufacture local. Instead of importing finished products through fragile international supply chains, local makerspaces download shared open-source digital blueprints. They then fabricate their own solar panels, batteries, and water filters right where they're needed. Once these independent eco-villages and caravans begin to multiply, they don't remain isolated. They link together, forming a sprawling mesh network of symbiotic relationships. Each community maintains its own legal and digital sovereignty, agreeing only to a shared set of open-source protocols, rather than submitting to a single corporate owner. The network utilizes distributed ledgers to transparently track and verify ecological health, like increased soil carbon or cleaner water. It creates a system where local communities are directly financially rewarded for practices that actively regenerate their environment. But traditional infrastructure is cold steel and concrete poured over nature. This new approach relies on tactile intervention, actively restoring soils and replanting ecosystems so that human habitats heal the environments they sit in. This process, called scaling deep, uses cultural memory and the story of place to restore the values and biocultural heritage that were lost when our relationship with nature was fractured. This internal shift ensures the model is sustainable in preference. People opt into this lifestyle not because of a model obligation, but because a serene, green, and autonomous city is simply a more beautiful place to call home.